The Labour Party governorship candidate in Lagos State, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, has continued to describe the March 18 governorship election in the state as unfair and not credible election, which was marred with violence. He also stated that the implications of the election that took place in the state is not healthy for the democracy of Nigeria, especially the use of ethnic bigotry to create hate and violence between Yorubas in Lagos and Igbos, who were mostly attacked by All Progressives Congress thugs, who publicly declared that all votes must be for the ruling party in the state, the All Progressives Congress. Joining us now on this show is Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, Labour Party candidate in Lagos State. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. We're three simple questions, which can help us set the tone for this conversation.
Okay.
How did it go? How is it going? What's next for you?
Well, how did it go was the elections were a complete sham. I feel that the ruling party in Lagos declared war on Lagosians because as early as 5, 6 in the morning, parts of Alimosho voting had already started happening. Thugs had been imported into Lagos from outside of Lagos. So you had a situation where at polling units, you had almost 30, 40 thugs per polling unit in certain parts of Lagos State. Local governments like Ojo, elections did not happen because they literally just scattered everywhere, set polling unit results on fire, right? So it was marred a lot of violence. There's an idea that this was an ethnic coloration. But when you look deeper, that wasn't what it was. That was the boogeyman that helped them hide what they were trying to do, which was almost literally want to create a one-party state, in the sense that even if you say Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour is half Igbo, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour does not speak Yoruba and you don't like that, Funsho Dorothy speaks Yoruba and is full Yoruba, right? And many other Yoruba candidates. Why did it have to be vote APC if it's about a Yoruba agenda, right? So you disenfranchise so many people. And this was not just in the majority dominated non-indigenous parts of Lagos. It was all across Lagos State. I'm talking about Ikeja, Koshofe, Shomolu. We lost a life in Shomolu, we lost a life in Koshofe, right? And these are places that are predominantly Yoruba. Alimosho as well, so much violence everywhere, right? So that's how we went. How it's going is we're focused on our petition right now. That has been submitted. Challenging the process, challenging the credibility of the elections. And also we're focused on giving support and succor to the many people that were affected by this violence. As a man that cannot walk again, I'm happy that we'll be able to pay for his therapy so that he's doing physiotherapy to be able to walk again. About 5 people have lost their sight, 2 have lost sight in one eye. 3 have lost sight in one eye, the other 2 are still trying to recover their sight. About 23 people still have bullet pellets in their bodies, and we're not only exposing this to the public, but we're also focused on giving them the support that they need because they're going through a very hard time, all just because they wanted to cast their vote. And finally, moving forward, we're also going to the ICC because we don't believe that, you see, this is not about Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour anymore or Labour Party. It's not about our democracy. And I say this, but they try to twist my words. I love Lagos. I don't want Lagos to be torn apart by violence. But what I'm saying is for any normal person looking at this scenario, if this scenario is allowed to stand, right, anybody that is planning for future elections will not be thinking about debates anymore. They'll be thinking that these people are going to do the same violence again, so I must come with violence. And that's why we must resist this. The people that fan these ethnic quarrels, fan this ethnic tension, because there's a danger. If you look at Hitler's Germany, first it starts with the words, and you other people. So they are not us. So it's okay for bad things to happen to them, right? And then the violence happens. So we must take a stand against this for our democracy.
All right, thank you very much. So you're saying you're doing this for posterity's sake?
Yes.
Because a number of people have said, stop making an issue out of it. Let us move forward. Let us heal. Let us begin to fix Lagos rather than going back to the past. So just to get it on record that the reason you're doing this is obviously for a sense of justice and for posterity.
And you know, healing cannot happen where there's no justice. You cannot say you want peace, but want peace of a graveyard, right? That's what they want. They want to perpetrate these things and then gaslight and pretend like it did not happen, so they don't deal with the consequences. But it only metastasis. It only gets worse.
Right.
You see the situation.
So like a cancer, just
yes. Like look at NSAS. They try to sweep it under the carpet. That morphed into something else, and it'll just keep. As long as you keep trying to suppress people, and injustice is there, it's only going to get worse. And this is how, you know, the things that are happening all across the world. This is how it starts.
Okay, so my question is, I want to dig deeper into your claims of the number of people who have been affected.
Yes.
Because these are, you know, cause for concern.
Yes.
You talk about people who've gone blind. You talk about people who cannot walk.
Yes.
When you walked in, I jokingly talked about your outfit because you become quite synonymous with wearing a white outfit, and you said that you were mourning, and then you trying to expand further on that in terms of the lives that were lost.
Yes.
What people would question would be, what is the authenticity of this? Because we're still trying to get the authenticity of the numbers of people who were killed during the NSAS, and there's still that debate around that. So that's going to be the question to you: that who are these people that you're saying lost their lives? Was it directly as a result of the elections? Were there other reasons? What's the facts? What's the evidence of your claim?
Fortunately, what we have now, we're shooting a documentary on all of this that we're going to expose, and we're going to put it in the news so people can see and judge for themselves. So it will not be a he said, she said type of situation. We have incident reports across almost 700 to 800 polling units of violence on particular people, right? And if you follow me on social media, you see I've been visiting these people. These are not ghosts, right?
Were they bystanders? Were they polling units
There were polling
officials?
unit agents. There were people that went to go and vote. There were Labour Party officials. And if you follow my Twitter, you see that, okay, in Shomolu, in Koshofe, in Agege, I was here today. In Ojo, in Amodofin, I was there the other day, right? In Ikeja, there's a man that we were able to pay for. His leg was fractured, right? So he had to do an operation to put it back. We have all the hospital bills, right? And we've also gotten them to start submitting police reports. So we have all this information. So we've learned from the NSAS situation. So that's why we're compiling it, and we'll put it out as a proper body of work.